Ask everyone to rate their looks on a scale of 1 to 10. Their looks.
8. 8.5.
I'm a 10.
And you're 7.5?
I said 8.
Oh.
And I've been respectful. Or how many
It's not
hours in?
disrespectful. I'm just telling you what's true.
Oh, what was
think
the
it's
what
like
was
the
the fuck up about
energy.
me being a mother, bro?
Yeah.
I'm not
interesting to
gonna.
claim-
I've been taking it respectfully for hours now.
But to be fair, also, it's interesting to claim to be so religious and so close to Jesus and be so negative.
To tell the truth?
No, I'm just saying, just to be so
What would
negative.
Jesus do? He'd be
would
like,
turn-
you're a 10,
he would literally
sweetheart.
So guys, my name is Madinah. Today I'm reacting to whatever dating broadcast is video.
Ask everyone to rate their looks on a scale of 1 to 10. Their looks. Physical looks, scale 1 to 10. We'll start with you. We'll go around the table. Go ahead.
Remember, physical looks.
8. So 8.5.
8, 8.5.
I'm a 10.
7.
8.
6.5.
I'd say 7.58, 4.
I've noticed a pattern here. I think men tend to fairly accurately self-assess their own level of physical attractiveness, whereas
I've heard
Women
men
not
have
so much.
more self-esteem issues than women do.
what's that?
I've heard men have more self-esteem issues than women do.
I feel like I disagree a little.
Why would you say that?
Just, and I also heard that they're also more emotional.
Are they?
Who have you heard these
Yeah,
things
because
from?
well, I mean, you guys will act off based off pride, and that is going to be like an emotion thing, not necessarily logic.
Do you think
That-
men or women have more cosmetic surgery?
I think probably women.
Yeah, probably women. Do you think that that's because they have way more self-esteem than men?
A lot of women do plastic surgeries. They do a lot of stuff, but they do that because they don't have self-esteem, because they don't believe in what they have. You ask yourself, what's wrong with her? And you know, at the end, to me, it looks so fake. This channel is about helping African women fall in love. If you're marriage-minded and you want tips from someone who's having a fallen partner, just subscribe to my channel because you're gonna love what I'm going to bring.
Well, for instance, you just rated yourself a 4, right?
Yeah.
And maybe people may not agree with you, and I just rated myself a 10, and people may not agree with me, right? But we're just talking about our self-esteem. My self-esteem is clearly higher than
No,
yours.
I'm not sure that we are. I think that what we're talking about is a value judgment. And I think that I'm making a way better value judgment than the value judgment that you're making. So the value judgment that I'm making is this. I'm old, and I'm married, and I'm out of shape, and I smoke, right? And I'm not a very pleasant person to be around for long periods of time, especially for the opposite sex. Like, I know all of these things about myself. So my value judgment overall is a 4. Tell me the value judgment of how you came to a 10.
Oh yeah, I just think that in general we should think that we are great.
Right, so you just...
Like, that's good, someone to believe in themselves. But if we talk about looks, like, looks are different from how you feel. She's not answering the question for real.
Yeah, he asked me what I would rate myself, and
Yeah.
because it's my opinion
Looks.
about myself.
Just looks.
It took a long time for me to love myself, and I do now. And so yeah, I think that, like, you know, I'm a Misty 10.
Do you
And
think
you're a
that-
7.5?
I said 8.
Oh.
yeah, get it right.
She said 8.
Oh.
Yeah, get it right.
How
Andrew.
did you
Get
come,
it right,
how did you
Andrew.
come to that value judgment?
Because I don't put within my value within a rigidity. That's not the right word. Rigidity. Thank you.
Rigidity, yeah.
I don't put that within that rigidity of certain, I guess,
Value judgments.
more subjective opinions about what value is, because I know my value, I know my worth, and I know my beauty. Beauty is subjective, and it is absolutely within my right to hold myself to a higher value and how I conduct myself in the world around me.
Yeah, but when you're talking about the value judgment here, my wife, I'm sure that she has a way higher value judgment of me than I have of me. I would agree that she probably should. From her subjective assessment, she probably thinks I'm a great provider. She thinks I'm a great father. She thinks I take care of all of my responsibilities and duties. She can 100% trust me. So she probably has this really high value judgment of me. But when I'm doing an actual assessment of me, like Andrew Wilson, the person, my looks and how it's reflected outwards to other people, right? I'm adding this value, this value, this value, this value, this value, like a mathematical formula to come up with that equals 4. What are you doing to come up with that other than I just think that we should have high self-esteem because I just think so.
Because I know I'm a good person. Because frankly, if we want to get aesthetic, I don't have a busted face. I'm fat. And if people want to reduce my value because of my fatness, that's not my problem. And
Come on. People like us who want that opportunity of getting foreign men, we just have to work on ourselves. Just keep yourself in shape.
not my problem, and that is not the ideology I hold for myself. I am someone who is pursuing weight loss, not for aesthetics, not for looks, but for my health. And it is something I'm moving forward with because I have been for the past 2 to 3 years now working on my self-love and loving myself into a place to care enough about myself to take my health back into control. When I was being consistently shamed, when I was gang stalked on r/fat people hate in 2015, when I have
Looks like it worked.
I'm still
Disavow.
speaking.
I mean, it looks like it worked.
I'm still
right?
Okay, you believe you're so beautiful. What about your physique? It's good to encourage yourself to say, I'm beautiful, I'm attracting everyone, but to be sincere, you may end up not attracting everyone because she's giving herself 8. That means she's on the top girls. So are you sure that if you're a man out there, could you date such a lady who's, first of all, she has a bad attitude? I'm not going to talk bad about being fat, but the truth is, fat people, they have low chances of getting serious men. I should say that. This is crazy.
You're really great at over talking and being disrespectful, and I'd love the opportunity to get my point across.
Okay, but so just to cut in here a little bit, the original question was rate your looks because
Yeah.
you mentioned your personality. You have a great personality or whatever it is.
And like I
She doesn't have a great personality. She's lying to herself. Yes, she doesn't know. Because you can't be having a great personality when you're speaking like how she is.
said, my fatness doesn't devalue me.
Why?
So I'm an 8.
Why doesn't it?
Because I think
That she thinks.
that fat
'Cause you
can be beautiful. It's my assessment of my
Okay, let's go.
looks, right?
Perspective.
Yeah, but why
okay.
is it that your
Why
own
ask her
assessment
if
of
they
your
tell her
looks
that her
has
perception's wrong?
nothing to do with how the external world perceives you? That's my
Because
problem.
I don't give a
How
shit.
can
Right, because you don't
decide?
care, so there's no
I
real
don't care
value
about,
judgment.
I don't care about other people's
how can
opinion
you-
of
how
me.
can
It's
you
not
speak
more
for
important
the
than the
rest
opinion
of
of
the
I hold of
world?
myself.
Yeah,
and
it
if you
is.
don't- If you don't live that way, that sucks for you.
If there's a value judgment of how you would self-assess your own looks, the only possible conceivable metric I could even think of would be the perception of how other people view you for your value judgment
and
of
I
how
was in a
you look.
relationship for
How would
almost
you
8
know
years with
about
someone.
This is why men are running away from them, coming to Africa to find ladies who are down to earth. An African woman, they usually know when to argue and when not to argue.
For almost
you
8
know
years with
about
someone
that,
who
though?
thought my
How would you-
body
how could he-
was
how could
the
you ever
most
come up with a
beautiful
metric?
thing he had
That's what I'm saying.
ever
You decided
seen.
that was perceptive.
And
You just
he had told me
decided
that
those are the things that you
more
were gonna
often
hold
than
on to.
not.
Go ahead.
He had told me that more often
Wait,
than
can
not.
you speak, sir, into
Yeah,
the-
he had told me that more often than not. I have been pursued by many men who think I am gorgeous and beautiful. That perception exists whether you have it or not.
Okay,
Oh, this is so funny, man.
so assume for a second, I can assume inside of, like, I can envision a world where you're the only human being who's inside of the
And
world.
guess what? I'll
And
never
if
be
you're
the only one who thinks
and
I'm
if
hot,
you're-
and I know that bugs the shit out of you,
If you're
dude.
the only
She's lying to herself because she's saying, what, I'm hot, everyone knows I'm hot. Not everyone knows that she's hot. She's like, according to her size, the way she speaks, I don't even think that she can respect a man if you are to take her at home. Because at least you can say, you do exercise, you reduce the weight, but something which doesn't change is the attitude. Any African woman watching me now, we can get foreign mind from these women because no man wants a woman who speaks like how she speaks. And as African women, we were nurtured very well, whereby we know how to treat these men like a king. This is how we can beat these ladies. So we just have to know what they do and we don't do it.
Happy
Your
about that is you.
perception of your truth is not the same for myself or,
Thank you.
or
Amen.
anyone
Have a
else.
fact.
Yeah, what is truth in a world
And
that you're
and
an
on
8?
what societal standards in which country?
I must
In
love the
every
shit out of
country
you.
on planet Earth, she's not an
Respectfully-
8.
Wait, what?
You're ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
And
The guy says it all. Like, for real, she's not. Guys out there, come to the comment section and you tell me, what do you think she is? From 0 to 10. Even most of these guys here, these men here saying she's not 8. So guys, what do you think? Come to the comment section.
No, I'm not.
interesting- it's
I'm not
interesting to
gonna. I
claim-
have been taking it respectfully for hours now.
But to be fair, also, it's interesting to claim to be so religious and so close to Jesus and be so negative.
To tell the truth,
No, I'm just saying, just to be so
what would
negative.
Jesus do? He'd be
He would
like,
turn-
"You're a 10,
he would literally
sweetheart.
turn the other
Forget
cheek.
objective
He would
reality."
turn the other cheek.
If I believed
He
in
would
Jesus,
turn the
he
other
would love
cheek.
me as one of God's children.
Yes.
He would have known that
Yes.
it's my
Your
journey and my
negativity
life.
is
But he would know
embarrassing
you're
to the
fat too,
religious
whether he
claims
loves
that
you or not.
And you know what? Being fat is not bad.
She's just confused. She doesn't want to accept it. So being fat is not, it's not healthy. She's just proud of herself. She's full of self-esteem. And sometimes, guys, it's good to have a self-esteem, but sometimes too much of anything is always bad. Being healthy is very nice, for real. It's the best thing you can do for yourself.
But so do you think all women should view themselves as 10s?
I would love them to, yes. And not because everyone also agrees with them.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Are all women 10s?
I'm attracted to men.
No, not all women are 10s.
To men.
No, I'm not saying whether you're attracted to them, but I'm
Yeah,
sure
so
you
but
could.
that
I'm
has
sure
to
you
do
can
with- it's
recognize
perceptive.
a beautiful woman.
perceptive.
But do you think all women are 10s?
In their own right, for sure.
What? Not sure what that means, but okay. Are all men 10s?
In their own right, for sure.
No, but do you think all men are 10s?
In their
No, they're not.
own right, for sure.
In their, I don't really understand.
I
In their
just-
own
I can
right, for
appreciate
sure.
Things.
Man, she can't answer the question straight.
But do you think?
So in your eye, are all men 10s? Like just aesthetically, so just by looks.
Because
And women.
Okay, so
and women.
okay.
because I know that someone thinks they're a 10 in my mind, that's good enough to be part of the 10. Yes.
We don't want like someone to think. They said you like hard to say that whether men are 10 or women are 10 or not.
Would I necessarily date them? Maybe not.
Well-
But as far as like believing they're 10, I know, for instance, is ice cream bad just because someone doesn't like the ice cream? No, everyone's gonna have their different opinion of it. And so the fact that someone likes green mint ice cream, for me, it might not be my percent, but does it make it bad ice cream? No, it could still be good ice cream. So for that person, maybe they're not necessarily would I date them, but do I believe they should think they are a 10 is what I said earlier. Yes, I believe they should think they are a 10.
I'm not trying to be mean here, but
Facts.
I don't think you're a 10.
That's a bitter reality. Men don't want ladies who doesn't take responsibility. So that could be in her finances, health, attitude, and her actions. So for us African women who are looking for opportunities to fall in love with foreign men, we take responsibilities for our bodies and the way we look. We need to have a realistic view of how attractive we are to these men and take all the responsibilities of all aspects. So if you love this video, kindly go to the comment section and you write the word foreign love. That's going to help our channel to grow so fast. Love you.